Good morning, Miss Alba's Mexican American Literature class. Today is Tuesday, April 14th. It's literally been a month since I've seen you. I miss you all so much. Um, Today, we are going to continue practicing this idea of perspective. So, our question for today, our questions that you're going to answer today, after you read, make sure you read, follow up on these instructions. If you don't understand them, rewind them, or you can read below because it's actually basically what I'm going to say. So, our questions today that you're going to answer in the assignment is you're going to analyze. You're going to both uh, an art piece titled American Progress and a cartoon titled Elbow Room. So our questions are, do both the painting American Progress and the Schoolhouse Rock cartoon Elbow Room depict or illustrate the settlement of the Western territories as a positive or a bad event? Um, Two, we're going to think about what details helped us come to our conclusion, first in American Progress, and then afterward in the cartoon titled Elbow Room. And we're going to think about how both of these help us understand the idea of manifest destiny, and we're going to consider whose perspective it represents. Once again, they're working on our analytical skills and our critical thinking. So my instructions are, so scholars, the week before spring break, we learned about the precise moments that gave birth to the term Mexican American by viewing and summarizing foreigners in their own land, the PBS documentary. This week, we're going to begin to explore some of the art that was inspired by the moment and the years following. This art will include Proverbs, visual art, music, and oral storytelling. Yesterday, we analyzed the following African proverb. Until the story of the hunt is told by the lion, the tale of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. And I asked you to consider what it means, and I got some amazing answers, and here's some highlights. Um, the African proverb means that history is necessarily biased. Lovely. The second one that I received, the proverb means that no matter what, the hunter will always take advantage in any situation. Another is, I believe that the African proverb is a simple saying that uses metaphor in order to get a message across to see all perspectives. And then finally, I think the proverb means that people will only look at one side of the story if they hear about it from that perspective. But when they are told about it from the other side, that side is also considered. So all of these are right on point and good stuff, scholars. I asked you to think critically and make connections to the stories in the documentary Foreigners in Their Own Land. And here's what some of you contributed. I'm just going to read one of them, and then you can take a look at the rest. These are also posted in the previous question. It is connected to the history learned from the documentary Foreigners in Their Own Land because Americans won. They won Texas, and thus we learn about the battle over the land in traditional history classes. We learn their side, our side. We glorify and see the American settlers as the people who should have the land, and we see Mexicans as outsiders who only fought against Americans and not with them. Only when we take a closer look and listen to both sides do we realize this isn't truth. That's wonderful. You know who you are. Props to you for thinking about that and writing that, being so thorough. So some of you can read the rest on your own. Today we're going to continue practicing this skill. So we are thinking about understanding history as a scholar. You have to dig to find perspectives from more than one side, and this is not just in history, but in most situations. That's kind of the big idea, is looking at things from multiple perspectives and using more than just textbooks or books to learn about history. So we're going to practice this skill throughout the week. Yesterday, so we revisited the perspective of Mexican Americans on the annexation of the Western territories by the United States. Today, we're going to use art and cartoons. And so here's your instructions. So first, you're going to take a look at the art piece that's linked, titled American Progress, and it's an artistic depiction of manifest destiny that was painted in 1872. If you need to revisit, I'm linking that as well. What is manifest destiny? You should know this because I know I know where your history teachers taught you this. But here is the dictionary. And then look at that. How interesting that's the picture that comes up, and that's what we're looking at. So, manifest destiny. Okay, so you're gonna then after that you're going to look at the art piece that's linked, titled American Progress by John Gast, and it's an artistic depiction of manifest destiny that was painted in 1872. And here it is. Okay, once you do that, you're going to watch this Schoolhouse Rock cartoon titled Elbow Room, and it was produced in 1976 to commemorate the bicentennial of the United States. It's also an artistic depiction of manifest destiny, but this was created for, almost 100 years later, for an audience of children to teach them about American history between Saturday morning cartoons. The song's also very catchy. So here it is. It's linked. You're going to watch this. It's only 3 minutes. And then you're going to answer the questions that follow. So do both the painting American Progress and Schoolhouse Rock depict or illustrate the settlement of the Western Territories as a positive or bad event? And you're going to follow up with your analysis. So what details help you come to that conclusion for each one of the pieces? And then finally, thinking about the perspective. What perspective does it represent, and how do they both help you understand this idea? Really important. Again, we're practicing the skill of looking at things from multiple perspectives. Tomorrow, we're going to do the same thing in art pieces by Mexican-American authors and writers. So looking at things from many perspectives. When you're done, here's some sentence frames to help you communicate your thinking. Use them as you need them. Some of you don't need them, and that's wonderful, but this is just to help you communicate your thinking. And once you're done answering those questions, you make sure you hit submit. This is a suggested due time. Once again, I don't enter grades usually till finalized till the end of the week, but it is suggested tomorrow by midnight. And this is going to be in our week's work. After you're done, feel free to take a look at what others say. And if you feel like, oh, I like what somebody else said, and you want to edit your answer and it adds to your thinking, you can do so as well, because that's already set up. All right. And that's it for today. I will be posting assignments daily, because I've been hearing that when I post things for the whole entire week, you all get overwhelmed. I hear you. If some of you want to get ahead and you want the assignment for tomorrow, just drop me a comment and I will pass it on. And that is that. You all have a beautiful day, and visit my office hours. Link is posted 2 o'clock, 2 to 3 every day. Props to Mr. Mendiola, who's been visiting, asking lots of questions. I appreciate it. Make sure put your teachers to work, kids. Have a good one. Peace.